Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Kayden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. And joining me today is Carol Markstrom. Hey, Carol, how are you today?
Good, thanks. Hi.
So, kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into music.
Well, of course, I've always loved music and, started playing guitar and doing a little singing as a teenager. But, life goes on and you get into another career. But I guess for the past 10 years or more, it's really become more of the focus of my life. So I've started recording and have four CDs out now. I had one released this summer. And I started writing my own material too about 10 years ago as well. I was just at a point where, I was thinking, well, I've got things to say too. So, and I think I can write some music as well. So that's a pretty big step, exciting step in my life too.
What do you most enjoy about music, Carol?
Well, as a songwriter, I enjoy the creative aspect and bringing out my thoughts and feelings, experiences, and those of others too that are meaningful to me. So it's just a very creative, challenging way to tell stories. So as a songwriter, that's really important to me. But I think the emotional connection to music is so powerful for all of us, that we hear a song and we just especially if it's a song we've heard many times, just brings us back to places and events and time. But it's just another way of expression and understanding. That's just more of a feeling level. That's, I think, what I love about it.
Totally. And if you could duet or collaborate with any singer, who would you choose and why?
Oh, wow. That's there's so many. um, well, gosh, John Prine's no longer with us, but he definitely would be my list. And there's some songwriters I know and have worked with on songwriting, like Jim Jones, I really enjoy, and John Chandler is another Western musician up in Denver. And for the big names ones, though, that everyone knows, of course, like I said, John Prine and Bob Seger, I really like his material, like Turn the Page. And wow, I would really like to collaborate with him on some songs. But yeah. I don't think I'll get his attention. So,
but hey, you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
Do you have someone or something that inspired you to start doing music?
Did something inspire me to start music? Did you say?
Yeah, something or someone.
Well, I'll put it this way. When I started songwriting I guess it was about 2010, I had attended for the first time a meeting of the Western Writers of America. And every night at that meeting, a bunch of singer-songwriters, who write cowboy and Western music would get together and jam. And I was just so impressed that they were doing their own material and just sort of sitting around informally with these people. That probably was a big impetus for me to start writing my own songs. And I love the West. So a lot of my songs are set in the West. I have experience in Native American cultures. So that's a theme in many of my songs as well. So I say that's probably where I trace my passion for songwriting to.
And Carol, do you have any new singles or any upcoming projects that we can look forward to?
Yeah, well, Mile After Mile came out this summer, and I'm just so pleased with that album because, well, there's 12 songs and 11 of them I wrote or co-wrote. And so it's more personal than anything I've ever done up to this point. Some of them are my stories or parts of my story, or, things that, have really inspired and brought me along in life. So that to me, that was sort of a big advancement in my career as a singer-songwriter. I am, writing new material. I have a song that hope to record soon as a single. It's about the Chickasaw people, and I co-wrote it with a friend of mine, Dawn Anita Plumley, and she's unfortunately passed on, but she was able to record a version of it on her last album, and I'd like to record a version of it as well. So that's something to look forward to.
Absolutely. And Carol, what do you like doing outside of music?
Well, I like to camp and hike. I love to hike in mountains, and so we do that quite a bit. In Arizona, I live in Tucson, but it's not far to get up in the mountains here in the desert. I love to read. I like, murder mysteries and actually
Hmm.
Scandinavian. Um, Scandinavian mysteries. So that's maybe because I'm Scandinavian. So I read that, and I just love movies and just culture. I I spend a lot of time on Native American reservations where I have connections. In fact, I just came back from a ceremony this weekend, so that's really important to me too.
Absolutely. And Carol, where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? Do you kind of have like an envision idea?
Wow, you ask interesting questions. um, well, I'm sure my music will continue to evolve, and I'm sure I'll put a couple more records out, and just keep doing what I'm doing. I love performing, and so I do perform in the region, and actually I perform, go up to Alaska many years, most years as well. I have several venues that I go back to up there. So I love to travel, and I travel to some really cool places so I can do my music and do the other things I like hiking and fishing. So
Hmm.
that's that. I just, I enjoy life and what I'm doing, and that's just continue, keep on, keep it on, like I'm going.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What would you be doing right now if it wasn't for music? Like if music wasn't around, what would you be doing?
Well, it's something that I want to do more of. I've spent my career, before I went full time in music, I was a university professor, and I did a lot of writing books and articles, and I love writing nonfiction, and I would like to do more, get back to that aspect of my writing. And there's more articles that I'd like to write about Native American leaders and historical events. I love history. So that's something I've written a lot about in the past, but music has been pretty much my life now for a while, which I love. But at times I'd like to get back to my other type of writing as well. That is also storytelling. My music's storytelling, but so is my nonfiction writing, and I'd like to do more of that.
Carol, where can people find you on social media?
Well, they can go to my website, which is Carol Markstrom Music, CarolMarkstrom music.com. And then, of course, like on Facebook and YouTube and all the streaming services as well. Yeah.
Hmm. What is one message that you'd like to give your fans or anyone listening or watching this?
A message I'd like to give them.
Yes.
Oh, hmm.
Hard
Just,
one there, yeah.
yeah, that's a hard, it's like just, boy, just share the love, in whatever way, share of yourself, find that creative niche in yourself and develop that and share it, and just make the world a better, more loving place.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And before we go, Carol, is there anything else that I forgot that you'd like to share with us today?
Um, well, let's see. I'll just say that I do have some recent awards for songs on my new album they were from the Wild Bunch Film Festival. So I'm very pleased that the songs are getting recognition, and it's just it. So we'll just keep on making it better all the time. Yeah.
Mhm. And Carol, I just want to thank you for joining us right here on the Kayden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. We truly appreciate your time to talk to us.
Thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time and featuring my music today.